My boyfriend kept promising to propose for 4 years straight and using it to manipulate me during fights, so I finally left him. Then he showed up at my place with a ring, but turns out he spent our 2-month breakup having 3 ways. Posted by you/throw_ra_seesh. We started dating in 9th grade after he asked me out at Winter Formal, 2012. Went as friends but quickly hit it off and were together by New Year's. From there, we got to a lot of milestones fast, and honestly, we both figured we'd be married by 2017 to 2018. The excuse at the time was we're young and still in school. I finished college in 3 years, him in 4. Both have our dream jobs, and had a combined income of $144,000 per year. We have loans but none of them are atrocious, and we lived in a home he inherited. That said, our life felt perfect by the time I was 22. That's when he started randomly inquiring about my ring size, dream wedding, whether I like gold or silver jewelry more, etc. 22 went by and no engagement, no big deal. 23 comes and it's the same thing, I'm thinking it's any day now. 24 passes and the conversation becomes tiring. I started to ask what he's waiting for. He claims the right moment hasn't come yet. It took me till age 25 to realize he often used the promise to do it when I was upset at him for something. By 26, I told myself that he had until he turned 27, his birthday was closer. After that, I'm walking away. I got my own space ahead of time and followed through. The separation was peaceful, he didn't protest much if at all. Last week, about 2 months later, he showed up at my place. We shared locations a couple years back and just never turned them off. I completely forgot about it. I wasn't creeped out or anything once he explained how he found me. After some catching up, he pulled out the box. All while sitting on the couch across from me. It wasn't the romantic on one knee, and I can't help but feel I forced his hand. This feels like a here, damn more than anything else. He says I'm overthinking and he didn't realize what he had until he lost it. He never knew that marriage was that important to me. I kind of want to get back with him, but I don't want him to resent me and later on say he was forced to get married or anything. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, it's called a shut up ring. Look it up. He didn't marry you because he didn't want to. He still doesn't. But the time apart has made him realize he can't do any better, so he came back and proposed. He's also smart enough to know that no one with self-esteem will put up with his lies and fake promises. So he's willing to settle for now. But the moment he actually likes someone, he'll be out. Because you were never more than a placeholder to begin with. Why would you even consider getting back with someone like this? Ops response, I don't know. Honestly, I've known him since I was 10, dated him for half my life. I know this is embarrassing and I'm trying to just move on. It's just my common sense and feelings aren't on the same accord. Commenter 2, no, don't get back together, you have moved on and he realizes he no longer has someone to manage the home/possibly his life. You have never been on your own and may not have yet fully formed your own, separate to being a couple, identity. If he was serious, he would have asked you. This is just a shut-up ring more than one made for love and commitment. Stay separated, go to therapy and explore who you are. Hang with your friends, go on dates, enjoy your life. Ops response, thank you. You're right that I haven't really formed my own identity. Much of my friends are also his. My hobbies and his are similar. We lived something sort of the same life. Commenter 3, he used the promise of marriage to manipulate you during fights. That's a huge red flag. If it's not the promise of marriage, it'll be something else. You've been dating for almost half your life, you don't know what other relationships are like. Hell, you barely know what you're like by yourself. Spend some time being a single person for a while and get to know yourself. You'll be better off for it. Ops response, thank you. Was thinking of going to the cafe by myself for the first time today. Commenter 4, well, how did you feel in that 2 months without him? Ops response, sad, I won't lie. We always watch TV together after work, so I avoided it for a while. Same with baggy shirts. I slept more, still am considering, getting a dog. Even went to church for the first time. The only thing I surprisingly didn't do was see what he was up to on social media. I was scared I'd see him with someone else. Commenter 4, I think that's totally natural. This is an enormous life change. Honestly, it would be odd if you weren't sad. Did you feel regret, or as if the wrong decision was made? I worry for you that he is just proposing out of panic or realizing the grass was not greener. This isn't necessarily the case, but the right man would not need to lose you to want to protect his relationship with you. I would consider telling him you need 6 months alone to think about this. If he truly regrets the breakup and wants to win you back, he will give you that space. Then you can see how you feel, maybe go on another date or 2 and make your decision with more confidence. Ops response, I wouldn't say regret, tbh. It felt good to not have to compromise or consider somebody else. For example, I could go to Chick-fil-A without groaning about having to go to Wendy's after, because he doesn't like Chick-fil-A. I think after a while the sadness was just realizing I had no idea who I was. Everything I thought to do was connected to him. I tried to get into making paper airplanes again, because I always did that back in middle/early high school, but that had a connection to him too. My mom suggested I try dating him for a few weeks, but my dad thinks that it'll only bring me back to where I was mentally when we first broke up, assuming we were to break up again. Op's response to another comment: he brought up getting married. Me talking about it came after he started asking me about our wedding. Several years even passed between him bringing it up a few times and me asking about it. And even then, I didn't just leave right away. This was the span of 5 years. Commenter 5, Op, how much of the house care did you do? Like what % of the chores, cooking, planning events/appointments/special occasions, etc., did you do? Because I have to wonder if after 2 months alone, he hasn't just realized doing all of this myself sucks. I need to get my maid back. I never wanted to marry her and honestly didn't like her enough to even be initially upset about the breakup, but holy crap, does having to take care of myself and the house on my own suck. If dangling a ring in front of her will get my manager, maid, and cook back, so be it. Op's response: I'm naturally into baking and cooking, so I did that. I'm also over-analytical, so I always had alarms, reminders, calendars filled, etc. I do my Christmas shopping around this time of year, for better understanding, and being clean is just in my DNA. Not type A clean, but I definitely kept the place looking pretty good. So that could be it. Op's response on goals: I want to be a wife, it's my non-negotiable. Everybody has some of those. He knows that, he's known that since we were young. He's always claimed it's a non-negotiable for him as well. So yes, the ring talk excited me. Op's response: I appreciate everybody's nice words. I do have an update, it's kinda long, so I'll make a follow-up post. A conversation was had, not in person, we'll explain in post. But besides that, I did in fact go to the cafe and even took a walk through the park. Caught up with an old friend on Facebook and did some arts and crafts, press on nails, lol. It was a good day, and I feel very confident in my decision. Thank you all. Update, same day, 8 hours later. Hi all. Earlier today, I made a post asking how I should navigate this situation. A short summary would be that my boyfriend of almost 13 years and I separated after the idea of marriage was dangled in my face for 4 to 5 years. We remained separated for 2 months before he suddenly reached out, proposing. Many suggested I wait, but I already knew what the correct choice was. A lot of hard truths being pointed out to me made it hard to ignore. That said, I had the ring. I never told him yes, rather I don't know. But he insisted I keep it. Given I decided I needed to move on, I wanted to meet so that I could give him his ring back. He agreed to it first, but was insistent on it being at either my place or his. I was already at the park with a ring in my car, just wanted a neutral meeting place, so I said no. He argued that it must not be that important then, so I said okay, I'll give the ring to your mom when I have the chance. He didn't agree to meet, but this did make him FaceTime me, so we spoke that way. I was okay with that. The call started with him trying to negotiate a meeting location for a moment or two. Once he gave up, I told him I had questions about our breakup period. He told me I live in the past, but quickly backtracked when I said okay, never mind, and attempted to hang up. He told me I wouldn't like the answer to some stuff, and he's right. He admitted that he saw 4 women during the 2 months, 2 of them being a threesome. He alleged to have wanted that experience before marrying me. He also claimed that he felt inferior to me in the recent years because of how put together I am, as if he's much different. I was in shock. I'd spent these last 2 months alone and trying to heal while he's having threesomes? It hurt, but it felt more like a disgust hurt than a betrayal one. Not because of the threesome, but because he thought he could just come back when he was done having fun. He asked me to come back to his place. He said the kids, 2 goldfish, miss me. I told him that I can't get back with him. I need to experience something new just like he did. He's all I've ever known. But saying this upset him and might have given me some real insight into how he felt. He called me selfish. I'm always thinking about myself. He brought up a time I went to the gym on his birthday, early in the morning before proceeding to spend all day with him. He said I constantly make unilateral decisions, like this one. He accused me of being with another guy and said that's why I don't want him to come over. I should have hung up earlier, my choice was already made. Once he'd known I was set and not rekindling, he was only looking to hurt my feelings. My father offered to return the ring so that I don't have to, and I've been advised to call the police if he shows up at my place again. Despite this, I feel good. I got some answers and saw what happened when he didn't get his way. Again, I appreciate the advice. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, OMG. What was he saying? We were on a break? Congratulations on finally dumping Ross. Now you can start living your life. Ops response, LOL yes. You're acting like I cheated on you and you left me. Yes, and I told you why I was. You didn't seem to care, so why should I know? Ops response to another comment, post breakup me realized I want experience. I was absolutely okay with dating one man my whole life before things got complicated. But between the advice I received, having time to consider everything and hearing his side, I know I need more time to grow. Commenter 2, keep this post saved somewhere you can easily access. In fact, go a step further and detail everything from your conversation that you remember. Anything he said, anything you said, and especially how you felt. Something tells me this won't be the last time your ex tries to reach out. At some point doubt will kick in and you will wonder if you did the right thing. Trust yourself. You are doing the right thing. Be proud of yourself for loving yourself enough to know you deserve better. And if you start to doubt your choice, pull out this post and any other reminder of who your ex is. Good luck. Commenter 3, you absolutely smashed this. Couple of things. Hey, you've been attached a long time. You bonded. You'll have periods and moments of pain and regret, that's normal and okay. Just ride it out with loved ones, it will pass. He will likely get into another relationship and possibly marry quickly. It's just him being stupid again, and you need to keep your focus on your self-development and making yourself a strong and healthy career and social network. Keep him blocked and forgive him if you can so you can be at peace with your history and have an easier time ignoring him. You 100% have got this. Ops response, I expect him to. He's always been petty and I overlooked it, TBH. We broke up in high school and while we remained close friends and got back within 2 weeks, he flirted like crazy. At the time I did it to make you jealous as some sort of compliment. My friend claimed he made an indirect post about me on Snapchat. I blocked him on everything and asked her to not tell me anymore, as it isn't helpful. I think the hardest part is over, but I'm probably wrong. Just gonna keep myself occupied and spend lots of time alone so I can learn more about who I really am. Thank you for the advice. Commenter 4, so glad you didn't agree to meet him. He sounds like an emotional male and they can have a dark side. Not trying to sound dramatic, but don't find yourself alone with him. Take some chill time, I hope a real prince finds you. Ops response, thankfully I never saw him get too emotional, other than maybe raised voice and slamming doors but never anything that truly scared me, in my time with him but I also was pretty easygoing, never really gave him a hard time. I think today really surprised me in how fast the switch flipped when he realized I wasn't budging. Additional information from Updates. For anyone interested. Went on a date today. With a guy, 30 years old, from my church. Have been getting nasty texts from anon numbers. Considering changing my number, just annoyed because I've had this number since I was 12. Was also posted in a massive all-male group chat and labeled bad spits. By a man who has never touched me. One of the guys has a sister who is good friends with one of my friends, that's how I know. But boys will be boysig? I did get tested. Hope you're all well.